The winner is... The winner is... The winner is...
No doubt at all. Oh, great.
Got the climb bound. Can he keep it? He does. Costa, do a bit of magic. He runs around, takes a bounce. Stands in, he's going to kick a goal. He'll bring the house down and he hits.
60 metres out. It's long and low towards Jarman.
Lewis swings it and you bang. Everything's gone to plan tonight for Adelaide. Lewis, McGuinness, quick snap.
Caven thought about giving it to him. May still do that. Now he's got to bend one straight through the middle. Continues to work hard. And just slugging one off the top.
And now, for the first time in history, a competitor will attempt to complete a 360-degree roll.
Down towards the 50. Nigel Smart has been rock solid in defence. What a catch! Look at that. Oh,
That's a double pike, a different degree factor of about 3.6.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think it is, yes it is, a perfect 10.
Played really well on Saturday night, and hopefully we can continue that on. And with blokes like Darren Jarman and Kim Costa and those sort of guys that have come into the club, it all looks good.
We've just got to go and win the 4 points and continue on.
Hi, I'm Nikki Visser and welcome to the second episode of The Crows Show. Today, lots more in store. We have our two hosts, Bruce Abernathy and Tony Hall.
Thanks, Nikki.
We have Gary Kerr and Matt Campbell. And making his first appearance on The Crows Show, Sheffield Shield hero, James Brayshaw. Also from The Crows, Matthew Collins. Now it's over to you, Bruce.
Thanks, Nikki. Well, how's your neck feeling after watching all that? I don't know about Nigel Smarts. Anyway, we have plenty on the show. Last week we were worried about who was going to kick the goals for Adelaide. Well, as it turned out, just about everyone kicked the goals for Adelaide. We're all worried about Tony Lockett, how many he was going to kick. Well, not many, thanks to Brett Chalmers. Hawley, we've all got egg on our face. We had a week to wipe it off. It was a good show last week, wasn't it?
It was fantastic, Bruce. The forward line was absolutely sensational for Adelaide. The players we thought were going to kick goals did kick goals. Bondi kicked 3, Tony McGuinness kicked 3, all the smaller players around the forward line, and Peter Caven with 4.
Now, I actually said they're going to kick goals. I said this is why they picked this side.
Hang on.
Brought all the players around the forward line because they've all got to chip in. And look at the scores.
Aren't you good? On the bandwagon.
Oh, hindsight's a beautiful thing. But Purdy, a Victorian, welcome to the panel.
Thanks very much, guys.
Now, made famous for being Gary Ablett's stepladder, but now in Adelaide. What's the story?
Well, I played for 12 years, and the only thing that people remember me for is that big mark. It's a bit of a shame.
Okay, Purdy, I looked up every player who ever played the game and said a true superstar of the game.
I sent that fax in, actually.
Still waiting on the money. Back to last week's game. It was a great win, wasn't it? For a great start to the season, especially a year that people are expecting so much from the Crows.
Interesting win, wasn't it? I mean, basically they also played all their recruits, their 5 recruits, as we mentioned last week, and that was the reason why they all seemed to play well, and they got off to a great start. Their backline was just terrific. It just played as one. Gary?
Yeah, I think the backline, we're talking about who was going to kick the goals. It was a matter of who wasn't going to kick the goals by the end of the game, and the run out of the backline with Smart and his commandos down there was just fantastic, and to see a total team performance was magnificent. But one of the other big positives was Tony McGuinness, who'd been in a bit of trouble leading into the game, but I just thought his run and drive with kicking 3 goals as well was fantastic.
Purdy, you give answers nearly as long as Curls.
We got rid of Curls.
I've taken his place. I'm in his seat.
We got rid of Curls, and now he talks longer.
Now, it was mentioned in the paper, the killer instinct. They always said the Adelaide Crows couldn't kill a team off, but last week they did. That was, it was great to see they kept on increasing the margin each break. You would be happy with that, Hawley?
Oh, fantastic. Coming out of defence, I thought Benny Hart, Jamo and Rashudo were absolutely solid back there, and they really did rebound continually out of there and didn't really let Sydney give them a go coming into the forward line, and they really did kill them off coming into the full forward.
Now, the big problem, of course, is this week, they're all on a high. Everyone says, well, it's a hard game. It's at the Whitten Oval, it's windy. It is a shocking place to play football, isn't it?
It is a shocking place, and Purdy, you play a fair bit of footy down there, but there's a bit of talk in the paper this morning about, special plans to how to kick with the wind. I mean, every side goes out there, you still got to play the footy, you still got to get the footy, and I don't really reckon the wind's that important.
Do you reckon they make it a little bit too technical?
Well, they still got to get hold of it.
Well, I've got to dispute with you there, Matty, because...
Well, that's why you're on the panel, Purdy.
Exactly, I've got to dispute. I reckon that is the one ground where it is very, very difficult. You're sort of running into goals, and you'll be, if you haven't played there a lot and you haven't got the right strategy, you'll kick a lot of points. You'll get it into the forward line, all right, because it's relatively small, but you'll miss a lot of the damaging goals, and that's what they'll have to be conscious.
Now, Purdy, you changed teams, obviously for the big dollars at Collingwood, from Fitzroy though. What do you think about their chances today? They are struggling, aren't they?
Yeah, another one, you've got to be careful of Fitzroy. A lot of the sides take them a little bit lightly. The Crows are obviously coming off a big game, and they're going to have to be very careful. Fitzroy will pump themselves up with Noonan there running the show, and it's something that they're going to have to be very conscious of, because Fitzroy will lose more games than they're going to win this year, but they will pump themselves up every now and then.
It's a question of whether they can be consistent for the whole 4 quarters, Fitzroy, whether they can stay in it for the whole 4 quarters. I mean, there'll be a time where Adelaide will struggle.
Thanks, Matty, and let's go to James Brayshaw with the sports update. That's if you're sober enough, James, after a great week this week.
Good on you, Hawley. The only concern I've got, a little bit of the local water, I think, has got into my vocal cords over the last couple of days. So if I stop and grind to a halt, you may want to help me out.
What, you having to go to water now? You are from WA, aren't you?
No. Now, Davis Cup is obviously very, very big, the world group there, and Woodbridge has defeated the very ordinary Japanese player in 5 sets. Jason Stoltenberg, he didn't even need the 5 because the lad pulled out at the end there. So 2-0 the Aussies lead, which is very nice. Argentine Grand Prix, free practice. Damon Hill up there, Michael Schumacher as well, so some pretty predictable names at the top of that list. Rugby League is going on, amazingly enough, over there in Sydney, and Sydney City have defeated Canterbury 10-4. And to finish the British Open squash, Australian quarterfinal winners were Brett Martin, Rodney Eales and Michelle Martin, with the losers Anthony Hill and Liz Irving. Now, Balfours and Coke have been good enough again this year to provide all the food and the drink for our studio audience. But if today, at some stage or another, you see a pie head across the screen, that is the cue for you to head on in here to SAS 7. And if you're the first one here, you've got to wait until the pie lobs, so there's no point starting your car and driving there now because you'll get nothing. But if the pie comes across and you're first in here, then you win this amazing hamper, thanks to Balfours. So that's coming your way. There's a lot more Crows show coming your way, including the crow kick and the very, very vintage skills of Gary Purdy.
Adelaide Toyota dealers are proud sponsors of this program. Be a winner, drive Toyota.
The accessibility and excitement of RAV4, I can't go past that. A truck that really is unbreakable, yeah, I'd like to build around in that.
A reliable Land Cruiser to get me into the bush and back safely. Yeah, I think I'll buy that.
Be a winner, drive Toyota.
Australia is big. Our big rock, our big reef, our big banana, and our big colour pages lists all businesses all in one compact directory. Next time, think big. It's quicker.
This goes with this, this goes with that.
decades, Neil Diamond has thrilled audiences with his classic songs and brilliant concerts. To celebrate his return to Australia, the ultimate Neil Diamond brings you 30 all-time favourites on a specially priced double CD. Also available, his best-selling concert album, Hot August Night, plus love songs and the definitive collection. Check out the ultimate Neil Diamond and these other classic Diamond albums, out now.
I know a lot about formulas, but for indigestion and heartburn, there's only one I recommend, Mylanta, specially formulated for fast relief. I recommend the antacid that was recommended to me, Mylanta.
Mighty relief, mighty fast, Mylanta.
If it's movies you want, it's movies we've got at SA Video Warehouse. If you want to buy or exchange with thousands to choose from, SA Video Warehouse. New and used, all guaranteed from $2 each. Yes, $2 each. SA Video Warehouse. The best price, best selection, best service. SA Video Warehouse. Full-length movies from just $2 each for sale or exchange. SA Video Warehouse. The new gigantic movie sale and exchange centre. 274 Weymouth Street, City. SA Video Warehouse, open 7 days.
Only Amy rewards all good drivers by giving those who have held a rating 1 for 3 years a lifetime rating 1.
Oh, it's those Amy ads again. I thought that offer would be over by now.
It isn't an offer, sir.
Hey, did you hear that, love? What? The bloke on the telly just spoke to me. Here, listen. I thought that offer would be over by now.
Like I said, it isn't an offer, sir. It's a reward. It's here to stay. It's here forever, whatever happens.
Oh, yeah, forever and ever. I see.
Lucky,
always Amy.
It doesn't matter where I am this year. I'll make sure I can watch Jane Doyle and Graham Goodings.
Nobody knows news like Jane Doyle and Graham Goodings on 7 Nightly News.
Nobody.
Monday, Jag goes undercover to catch a murderer.
Well, they say the Navy's not just a job, it's an adventure.
Will Meg's training ground become a killing field?
Not yet.
Action and mystery in Jag, 7:30 Monday on Channel 7.
And don't they put on a bit of an act? Well, in last week's show, we had a sneak preview at some of the new gym the Crows have got out the back there. What we saw was incredible, but the amazing part was that was only half of it. This week, we've got part 2 of the new gym and change rooms.
Trevor, is this the icing on the cake? The way to answer that is if we could only have one thing, this would be what we want. So it's a bit like the rehab room. This is the rehab pool. It was designed for conditioning. It gives us a very much wider scope as to what we can do for conditioning. It takes away that impact, but we can work them very hard in here. But also for injured players, it's a way in which we can get them to do an enormous amount of work, even if they are recovering from quite severe injuries. We just have to be prepared for whatever emergency. We do have several sets of jumpers for training, and we have different ones for night games, and then some players like their long sleeve and others their short sleeve, and you've got jumpers for injured players. So we need room to store it. These are whirlpools, treatment whirlpools. We've got 2 where the players can sit, but we've got 2 where they stand. The ones where they stand we'll use a lot with ice water in them. Traditionally and quite correctly, ice is applied to injuries immediately after, 24 hours after they've occurred.
Can the Crows regain the lead? Jarman looks to get it out of the centre, and he does with a long kick down towards Modra. One grab. Could be hurt. Modra could be hurt.
This is the room that we don't really want the players to come into. This is the injury treatment area. There are 4 tables, benches, which players, when they're injured and require treatment from the trainers is where they come, is where they get interferential ultrasound, magnetherapy and the other modalities that we use. However, I guess everyone has to look after their sponsors and look after the media, and you've got that all stitched up here as well. Yes, this is an area which leads out to the race, and it was a space that we weren't really sure how to justify. And we had the idea this could be the media centre. The first week it was like kids on Christmas Day. It was wandering from room to room and having a look and whatever, but I think they realise now that it's up to them. It's one thing providing this, but it's another thing respecting it and knowing what it means.
Well, the facilities down there at Adelaide Crows are really fantastic, and it's just a pity I'm a bit too old now. I've missed out because I would have made fantastic use of those injury management facilities. Well, now over to James with the crow kick. James.
Oh yes, thank you, Tony. We're back. We've got the crow kick to do. Now, for those who haven't seen the show this year, and that includes me, we've got some new rules to do with the crow kick. You get 3 kicks each. We've got Michael and Jason here to play with us. Hello to you.
Hello.
Jason, how are you, mate?
Good, thank you.
You're looking all ready to go. You got the shorts, the jumper, the socks, the whole bit. Even a hat.
Yep.
Good on you. That's the way. Now, 3 kicks you get each. You score, obviously, 1, 3 and 5, depending on how near you get to the hole. Why don't we have a go at it? Michael, you may as well be first. Stand up. Jason, come just over to the side. Away you go, Michael. Okay, that's a 3 to start with. Just a bit of the old wobbly punt. Another one, 3. Okay, here we go. Final kick for you, Michael. Okay, 3 threes. Good man. Stand off to the side there. Jason, you're up. You got 9 to beat. Not a bad start. 3 to begin with. Okay, 3 again. And a 3. Okay, so we've got a pair of 9s. We'll have a tiebreaker in a minute, but I promised the people earlier that which camera am I working off here? This one? Yes, okay. I promised the people earlier that we'd see the beautiful skills of Gary Pert. He's been out of action for a little while. But Gary, if you can stand up here, we'll just clear a bit of room. We'll send you back, so you've got a little bit of distance to kick. You've got 3. About there, yeah. Fire away. Oh, look at that. 5. Yeah. Okay, there's a 3. And your final one. Who said that fullbacks never learn to kick? Here we go. Matty Campbell is putting his mother on. There's a 1. Okay, so you got 9 as well. Actually, it was no good having it, but yeah, it is. Okay, up we come, Michael. You've got 1 shot at it, and then Jason, you've got a kick, and whoever does the better here is the winner. 3, good work. You're under the pump here a little bit, Jason. Let's go, man. Oh, it's a 1. Michael. Tony, are we agreed there? Is Michael our winner? Okay, come and join in, guys. Here we go. And I gather, Nikki, it's over to you. What have these 2 young men won?
James, well done, Michael and Jason. Well, Michael has won a Puma tracksuit, compliments of Rowan Jarman and Puma, a Puma contest running shoes, $100 voucher, compliments of Rowan Jarman, Coca-Cola bag and 6-pack, Card Pro Pack, which includes official footy cards, AFL Pogs and Crows, jigsaw compliments of Wacko in the Myer Centre, and Sports Card World City Centre Arcade. And for Jason, the runner-up, Minties Pack, which includes Minties Football, Minties T-shirt and cap, Coke 6-pack, Rowan Jarman shopping voucher, Crows Jigsaw compliments of Stadium Sports cards in the Myer Centre and Marion Shopping Centre. And if you would like to enter the Crows Kick, send your name, address and phone number on the back of the envelope to Crows Show, Channel 7, Adelaide Mail Centre, SA 5887. And back over to you, Bruce.
Nikki, what do you think? Gary Pert just showing off a bit there, wasn't he?
Oh, I think so. But he didn't do too badly for an old sport.
We'll just bring up the old Gary Ablett mark again, won't we? All right, well, it's time for the Balfours Coke Footy Bar. Balfours and Coke have been good enough again this year to feed our audience, and they certainly make a mess of what they bring down here. And each week we have a guest who helps sell the pies, sell the Coke, sell the pasties, the pepper pasties, Matt Campbell. Sells them all, and the money is raised for the Olympic Fund. So this week we have a special guest, Matthew Collins, one of the young Crows. Now, Matthew, the incredible thing is you're one of about how many Matthews at the Crows? Do you just all call each other Matthew, don't you?
Yeah, about 6 of us. There was 6 of us on the out in the Magoos last week. Anyway,
There's a bit of stirring going on about it.
It was a lot actually. Yeah, been brought up around the club a few times.
Now, you're from Victoria. You've been there for a couple of seasons now. Is it a big move for a young guy like yourself?
It was originally. You know, it took a couple of months to settle down in Adelaide, but a bit smaller town, so I've gotten used to it pretty quickly and enjoying it over here.
Matty, one of Robert Shaw's criticisms last year, at the end of the last year, was that the side wasn't really fit enough to go through to the end of the season. How's pre-season been? I mean, last year we spent a lot of time on Shaw's tactics and his sort of gameplay. Has it changed this year? Is it a lot more emphasis on the fitness side of things?
Well, I think we had a really solid pre-season. You know, all the components that we worked on, we were a bit more passionate, I think, this year, and everyone was, you know, wanted to have a bit more of a go, and all the young blokes have stepped up as well. So I think we can maintain it through the year, and we should do well.
Matty, firstly, there's nothing wrong with having 6 or 7 Matthews in the side. I think it's tremendous. The more the better. But personally, on a level, you've been injured quite a while now. How's it coming along? How far off are you?
Well, it's been 8 months now, so I've just had a rehab in an oxygen chamber for a number of weeks, and hopefully with the doctors okay, I can get back out there before the end of the month.
Matthew, just with the oxygen chamber, mate, if I can jump in there, you spend a fair bit of time. I think it's 2.5 hours session down there.
Chamber,
Do you take any reading material with you, mate? Any special stuff you like to read while you're down there? Or?
Well, I'm not a real big fan of reading, but I'll just try and occupy myself. I've got a few of the other patients try and bring in a few different things to try and occupy me, so I was struggling in there for a while, but the nurses have been good. So.
James, you're very interested in the oxygen chamber. You'd probably need it at the moment, wouldn't you?
I was going to say
Does that help?
It would. Matthew, I was just wondering, why is the oxygen chamber? What's the injury problem that you have to spend so much time in it?
What it does is the oxygen, I take you down to a certain sea level, and you're on an oxygen mask, and apparently that's it speeds the healing process of the bone and stuff, so I don't really know the technical side to it, but...
So, Matty, like with the facilities they've got down there, there's been talk that with all these lush facilities that it might soften the players up a bit, or does it actually help you with all the great facilities you've got?
Well, I think it helps, you know, a lot of the players take great pride in their club, and, or just about everyone of them do, sorry. Coming out the race, you know, we've got signs everywhere, this is Football Park, you know, home of our Crows and that, and everyone's got a lot of respect for that. Trevor Jake's done a wonderful job, and everyone's looking to, you know, to use that as a boost for us, I think.
Matthew, I just touched on being a young guy coming over here. One of the other guys who came with you that period was Alan Nash. He didn't have too much luck, and in the end he got dropped off the list, and he basically blamed, I didn't blame, but he hinted that the system of playing for a low local club didn't exactly improve his chances at the Crows. What do you think of the system?
Well, it makes it hard, you know. I know for myself, going out to North Adelaide last year with Daryl Hart was a different sort of style of play, and you had to get to adjust to both sides, but I think Alan was a bit unlucky last year in his case. You know, Sturt, they were always up there, but unfortunately never won a game. But I think just his excitement of the game. Yeah.
Average about 91 points. Well, you keep selling all those pies and pasties, especially the pepper pies, something that Matty Campbell knows all about.
Yes, Bruce, and you can warm up for the winter months with this beautiful Balfour's Pepper Pasty. That's right, it's a beautiful blend of pepper spices, vegetables and meat wrapped up in the beautiful golden pastry of Balfour's Pepper's Pasties. It's spicy, delicious, and above all, Hawley, it's peppery. That's right, next time you're at your local deli or supermarket, the first words you're looking for are Balfour's Pepper Pasty, please. And Purdy, how's your Balfour's Pepper Pasty?
Well, Matty, to be precise, I think the peppered pasties are perfect.
And it's pandemonium here on the panel with our Balfour's Pepper Pasties. And before we go, that's enough alliteration. Just don't forget also the hot cross buns. You can get those, well, just about everywhere. Balfour's hot cross buns, no pepper, but the panel thinks they're perfect. We'll be back with more... Thank you very little. We'll be back with more Crow Show and more peas after this.
My name is Henry. My name's Rebecca. My name's Kimberly. Hello, my name's Carla.
This program is proudly brought to you by Mitre 10.
Mitre 10 out of 10 every time. Mitre 10 out of 10.
Now's the time to make your Easter project 10 out of 10 with the Ryobi Bench Grinder. Sharp value at $69.90. Trojan's heavy-duty block splitter and axe just $22 each. And Gutter Guard keeps gutters leak-free. $1.90 for 8 metres. Anything you need to know, just ask.
We'll help make your project 10 out of 10 every time.
For great Easter projects, see our big catalogue out now.
Mitre 10 out of 10 every time.
You might not realise it, but things like shifting foundations and slamming doors cause movement in your house. And when that happens, gaps appear. And if you use an ordinary filler, the gaps just keep on appearing. That's why you need Sellies. No more gaps. Unlike ordinary fillers, it's flexible and will never fall out. So now when your house moves, Sellies No More Gaps moves with it.
From your Sellies Handyman Bar.
Calm yourself down, okay? You're okay. Were you wearing your seatbelt at the time of the accident? Yes, my boyfriend. He's been looked after at the moment by the other crew. Have you been hurt at all? Do you have any pain in there at the moment?
Drink Drive. What'll it be?
I know a lot about formulas, but for indigestion and heartburn, there's only one I recommend, Mylanta, specially formulated for fast relief. I recommend the antacid that was recommended to me, Mylanta.
Mighty relief, mighty fast. Mylanta.
The Emu is back, and it's his 25th anniversary. John Williamson's new album, True Blue, has a specially priced twin CD pack. True Blue is the essential collection. John Williamson's True Blue. Get it now.
The V6 power of Toyota Vienta? Yeah, I'd like to feel that. New Camry's 20% more fuel efficient than Falcon? Yeah, I'd like to drive that.
A really roomy Corolla? Yeah, I think I'll buy that.
Be a winner. Drive Toyota.
Tonight, the time has come.
Let the international finals begin.
The Oz contenders stand tall at the ultimate crunch time. Monumental muscle and mayhem on International Gladiators. 6:30 tonight on 7.
The extraordinary story of Adelaide patients having major surgery without anaesthetic. And I didn't even have a Panadol. Hypnosis, no pain, no side effects.
What would happen if a patient woke up?
That's 6:30 Monday night.
Darren Jarman. He's right on 50. Is there a bit of magic? He runs around, takes a bounce. Runs in, he's going to kick a goal. He'll bring the house down, and he has.
Now they're fighting, now they're having a debate. The fight's on, and it's on, and it's on. And no, there's a few being thrown in there. Come on, umpire, get out of there. Give him 50 metres, you white rabbit. No, he's direct for you, umpy.
One of the crows has just got in, and one of the swans has just got on top.
Whoa, here we go with the football. And here goes the cross.
Rennie just head passes it out. Costa handballs at the Bundy. Bundy's ready to go. Yeah!
Pittman marks the ball. Pittman passes off to Jamison. Jamison kicks forward. Caven marks on the wing. Handball out to Bickley. In trouble. No, passes it off. Oh, in trouble. Hold, no, over the shoulder. And that's half time. Score 12-6-78 Adelaide to one single goal for Sydney. A killing.
Here we come. Oh dear. It's football! Here goes the get. Number 13. Number 8 for Sydney. Number 5. Who's number 5, I wonder? There goes kick it. Number 19. Oh dear. Yuck. Hate Sydney.
And we almost go for goal. A goal! Yes, it's a brand new goal. And it's 1960 to 1 goal 6.
It's not as easy as it looks, does it? What about Ricky shooting the breeze? Looks like Ricky might have been shooting something else, I think, Matty. Anyway, big round this weekend, split over Easter. Today, there's 5 games on. If we have a look at the screen, North Melbourne and Footscray at the MCG, Geelong and St Kilda are down at Cat Park, Hawthorn and Richmond at Waverley Park, or AFL Park they call it now. Fitzroy and Adelaide at the Whitten Oval, and tonight the West Coast and Brisbane at the WACA ground, as Dennis Cometti would say. Tomorrow, Essendon and Carlton at the MCG, and Sydney and Fremantle at SCG. A lot of SCGs and MCGs. And Monday, a couple of old foes. Collingwood and Melbourne at the MCG. Don't be surprised if it's a sellout. Well, Adelaide playing, we had the replay straight after the Crow Show. Actually, it's not a replay, it's live from the Whitten Oval. Joining us now is the king himself, Neil Curley, from the western suburbs of Melbourne. Neil, what are the conditions out of that shocking oval like?
Well, Bruce, at the moment it's fine. It's a beautiful day, but a very strong northerly wind, which is unusual for here. It's normally coming in the opposite direction, as Matty Campbell and you would both know. So I think most of the scoring will be right of screen, but the running game, as Crows can, sort of put into place, could see them score goals into the breeze.
So, Kills, how important is that wind going to be?
Fairly strong. It's a very strong breeze.
Yes.
And I'd say, particularly once, if you get the ball play from centre to right of screen, it's going to be about 10 metres on a kick, I'd say, on a long kick.
Because Curls is coming right across the ground. I noticed your tie there just about to wrap around your neck.
That's the wrong way. It's got to go this way. That's the way it's blowing, this way.
That's a fashion statement for you, Curls. That's just your fashion.
Got the long sleeves,
like
Curls.
No.
Looks good on you.
Fashion, eh?
Knuckles, looking at the side, I mean, even with the conditions, the Crows don't need to change anything after last week's success, do they?
The Crows will be lining up exactly as they lined up last week. I think you'll find there may be one player given a tagging job, and that'll be on Atkins. The rest of the players will line up as they lined up the opening bounce last week. I think you'll find the interchange boys will be the same in McDermott, Edwards and McLeod. And the other boys will, but I can't get any information on Primus, so they're really going up very close, Fitzroy. No one allowed in the rooms, no information coming out of their rooms, so I would say because of that nature, Primus would be extremely doubtful.
And Kills, where are we going to win it from?
Oh, just overall. It's a day for smart players today because there's a lot of breeze.
You would have struggled.
There'll be a lot of balls coming off the packs, and there'll be a lot of players misjudging the flight of the ball. So it's the smart players today that will find a lot of footy. And one little bit of work I did this week, Fitzroy had 2 players last week who had more than 22 possessions. The Crows had 7. So that means that the Crows players are informed. And you've got to realise Fitzroy were in front coming up till, say, the third quarter. So it wasn't if they were playing a losing game, they were playing a winning game, yet they still had a lot of players down not handling the ball.
Curls, a lot has been said about Mick Noonan, South Australian, taking a new game plan to Fitzroy. They talked about a lot of big changes, but can you really see any?
Well, I was just talking to Johnny Burt a little before, and they're very, very happy with the way Mick's going. They seem to think that at last they've got some education going on with their football team, and they're extremely pleased with the way Mick's handling it. But no, look, it's asking a lot for a team to change its ways in a very short space of time. I think Mick's got to be given time to put into the pattern that he wants them to play. And as we all know, that once Mick gets his pattern right, the teams that he coached normally become a very, very strong side. And I think that's the case here. And Fitzroy supporters and their officials and their match committee just have to be patient with that and continue to keep the players they've got. Like we all know over the last few years that Fitzroy have lost at least a team of players to other clubs. Now, that can't continue. If that continues, Mandrake couldn't coach them.
Curls, will the Fitzroy players sort of see it as being an emotional time for Noonan playing against Adelaide and sort of rise to the occasion today?
I don't know that. I don't think Mick would harp too much on that. He never does. He keeps his cards very close to his chest, and he doesn't concern himself much with the opposition. He concerns himself mainly with the pattern of play that he wants his players to try and play. So he wouldn't be emphasising that point because it's Adelaide. There may be something burning up inside. I can well imagine that, because as we all know, that Mick was very disappointed in not being given the opportunity to coach the Crows in the early days. So there's still something burning in there, but he doesn't carry that to his players.
And Neil, did you leave a little bit early this morning? It looks as though it's an absolute full house there. I mean, it must be jam-packed out there at the Whitten Oval.
Took me 3 quarters hour to just get from the Westgate Bridge to here.
Yeah, but you can't read a map, Phil.
I think we'll be very lucky to see. I think we'll be very lucky to see 5,000 people here today.
All right,
you've got to remember there'll be, and 4,000 of those will be Crow supporters.
All right, Curls, have a good call.
Thank you.
Stay with us because we're going now to what the paper's saying. There's a very interesting one regarding you. If we have a look at the first one up, for what the papers say, the attempted suicide of at least one young AFL footballer has prompted the establishment of a welfare group to counsel players sacked by clubs. Purdy, is it really that bad?
Well, it is. I mean, you've got to take into consideration that the players sort of like put their whole life behind their training and preparation to get into league footy, and if they don't make it, it can be a big letdown for them, especially when you're considering players around about sort of 17, 18, 19 years of age. It's hard to handle. So that's good that they're supporting the players in that time.
Let's have a look at the second one. Robert Shaw, I tend to say what I think, which is probably one of my weaknesses. Is there a problem with that?
No, I mean, coaching's an emotional thing, and coaches will say things in the heat of the moment and do things. I mean, they've been doing that since the year dot, and they'll continue to do it. You know, it's an emotional thing, coaching.
I think it's got to be a strength, doesn't it?
You've got to say, you've got to say what you mean.
A little later in the interview, it was mentioned that Neil Curley was the perfect coach. But anyway, what the papers say, our third one, the Australian Football League Commission will have to make a compelling argument for the 16 clubs to provide Port Adelaide smooth passage into the competition next year. Now, from the way I see it, I think that'd be a pretty compelling argument to keep so many teams in Melbourne rather than admit another team from South Australia. Purdy?
Well, I think the big one you've got to convince is the players, the teams that think that they're going to drop out of the competition if another team comes in, and teams like a Fitzroy would feel a lot of pressure.
Surely they know who they are, though, isn't it? They know, the clubs know themselves which ones are on the outer.
They do, and also the stronger clubs even have a problem because they realise how strong the Port Adelaide club's going to be once it comes in. So there's vested interest in it from all angles.
Okay, I'll tell you the fourth one, or a mate of everyone who went to Ireland, Chris Mainwaring. Reveals West Coast's best kept secret. The veteran winger is partially blind in one eye. Matty, I think that's a great recovery, wouldn't you?
It is a great recovery because, as you well know, we went to Ireland together, and well, Bruce, most of the time he's an Ireland who's blind in both eyes, so we'll just leave it at that.
On to the fifth one, the last one for what the papers say. The AFL Centenary Year celebrations will cost $7 million, sufficient to run one of the estimated 4 to 5 Victorian clubs this year. Well, they're having a whinge about the $7 million. You'd think if they didn't spend any money, they'd have a whinge as well. So you can't please all the people all the time.
It's a lot of money, but I think there's got a perception problem, so they've got to put that behind them and make it a big year.
Only happens once every 100 years anyway. All right, well, back to Sheffield Shield star James and Simone.
Good on you, Abba. Simone, nice to see you, of course, from Rowan Jarman.
Likewise.
The autumn catalogue is with us, and a fantastic publication it is. You've brought some stuff in. What have we got today?
Well, as you can see on the front cover, we've got an adult in this jacket, but we have got it in the kids as well, and some great specials. Check out this one here.
You got the Adidas hooded sort of job there.
Now these are actually on special from $60 down to $44.99, so great for the winter days yet to come.
Righto, we've got a number up on the screen there, which is customer service, of course, so if you want to ring, you can just dial that one, and if you're from the country, you can dial the other one.
Yeah, 1-800 number.
Yep.
It's great.
Hey.
You don't have to even leave the house to shop in Rowan Jarman.
Okay, so what that means is that if you want to buy something but you don't want to actually go into the shop, you can just ring up, and the lovely people there will take your order, send it out to you. You know, all of that.
And there's great things in there to get too, so...
Excellent. You've got a rookies page to finish with here, I see, on the back of the catalogue. What does that all mean?
Oh, we've got a great little department. We never had a kids section in Rowan Jarman, so this is now made especially to make it easier for everyone to buy whatever they need to.
Okay, so if you've got young kiddies and you want to service them with all their clothing and footwear style of stuff,
have a look in here.
Exactly. Nice to see you, Simone, of course. We'll see you a bit later on in the show when we'll talk a little more Rowan Jarman, and we'll be back right after this.
Thank you.
Get into Rowan Jarman and get into the sport of living.
For 3 decades, Neil Diamond has thrilled audiences with his classic songs and brilliant concerts. To celebrate his return to Australia, the ultimate Neil Diamond brings you 30 all-time favourites on a specially priced double CD. Also available, his best-selling concert album, Hot August Night, plus love songs and the definitive collection. Check out the ultimate Neil Diamond and these other classic Diamond albums, out now.
You've seen one, but you haven't seen them all till you've seen Plant Connections. Lavender, gardenias, ficus, conifers, the biggest and best of tropical collections. Landscaping, watering systems, sandstone pots, the finest of selections. You name it, chances are you'll find it right now at Plant Connections. For down-to-earth good service, the best value under the sun, you haven't seen it all till you've seen it all in one. At Plant Connections, Rundle Street, Kent Town, come see Plant Connections.
Prepare yourself for Chunky Custard and the hottest show on earth. Chunky Custard playing the hugest hits of the 70s and 80s with an all-new entertainment spectacular.
It's mentally challenging and visually stimulating. Bing, Chunky Custard, it sparkles. How exciting!
Chunky Custard, now in Chunkavision.
Performing live Easter Saturday at St Leonard's Inn. Coming soon, new CD and video.
Here we go, what a feeling. Toyota.
Tonight, there's never been a better time to get into space. A mysterious survivor. Has he lost his mind? Tell me what I know. Or does he know some hidden truth?
Kylan Selena.
She's very far from home. Could it be the one chance
He's overridden the system.
of finding his love alive?
He went out after someone. That someone better be worth dying for.
From the producers of The X-Files. Space Above and Beyond after Gladiators tonight.
Welcome back to the Crow Show. By the way, you probably noticed the footy getting kicked, or the footy pie getting kicked across the screen. We have a winner, Vincent Tars here from Trinity Gardens. So if you're in the car with the TV, or you're going to head down here for that basket, don't bother. It has gone. Wait till next week. All right, we've had one round of football, and we have, as we did last year, 20 tipsters on the Crow Show. The good news for Bruce Linder is it's only 1 week so far. Tony Hall was going to introduce this segment, but he was gloating too much. Bob Hammond, Nicky Visser, 7 with myself, Matty Campbell, Bruce Linder, having probably as high as you'll get this year. Tim Jennifer, James Brayshaw, Narelle Hill, and our public entrant, Victoria Contos. We turn the page. Chris Dittmar, Sarah Shannon's on the 6, Gary Pert only 6, The King only 6, Lee McCluskey, Steve Whittam, Michelangelo Rucci from The Advertiser, Max Stevens, Kevin Turnbull from Coca-Cola, and John Riddell. We put him on the bottom because that's where he belongs. Well, we get to the children's section of the program now. We're going to go to Cardinia Park, and the gentleman who, well, befriended us last year, we gave him his big chance in television, Robert DiPier Domenico. He's down there for the game between Geelong and St Kilda. Dipper, are you there?
Good afternoon, boys, and nice to hear you. Unfortunately, I can't see you. And
probably a
Hawley's
bonus.
there. Hawley, how are you, buddy?
How are you, Dip?
And Gary Pert.
Dipper, how are you?
And they're looking after you over there, are they, Gary?
Yeah, settled in nicely.
Well, you are self-Australian now, are you? Or
yeah, I've taken ownership.
He's seen the light, Dipper. Yeah, Dipper, the Saints. A big win in the night, premiership, fantastic for the club, but they really have struck 2 hard games first up, haven't they?
Yeah, they certainly have, but, you know, it gives them an opportunity to continue on the good form they had in the pre-season competition, and what a good form they had, you know, beating some nice sides in that night competition. Last week I thought they were quite competitive against North Melbourne, and I'm actually picking them to beat Geelong down here today. It's a beautiful day down here at Geelong, not a breath of wind, and also the last time I came down here obviously it was last year, and behind me now they've got the new forward stand. So a lot of things have happened down here at Geelong, but I still believe that today that St Kilda, with the midfield and also that man Stewie Lowe up at the 4 line, can do well against Geelong.
Tip, how are the Hawks going to go this year? They've struggled a bit pre-season. Kenny Judge, the new coach there, and struggled a little bit last week as well. How are they going to go this year?
Well, they're going to, obviously not as strong when you and I played there, Tony.
He keeps telling us that
and we don't
too.
expect him to be. But, look, they've got a new era to come into because of the fact that they were very disappointing last year, the way they finished off the season. They were in contention to do well halfway through the season, but dropped away. And Ken Judge is well respected down there as a player now, as a coach. I thought last week, I couldn't believe the scoreline at half time as I was flying to Brisbane. Sorry, Matty.
Yeah. I'll never forget you.
I still believe that they did well to come back last week and to play against Richmond. Over the years, you know that Hawthorn have had a good record against Richmond, and I'm picking them to beat Richmond today. How's that?
Dipper, it's Purdy. I was just, it's good to hear that it's a good day down there with not a lot of wind, because it's really going to be a battle of the 2 full forwards a little bit today, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is, Purdy. As you know yourself, having played against both of these guys, it's the way the ball is going to come in. And obviously last week Gary Ablett was at his best, kicking 9 goals. But Stewie Lowe, if he gets that chance to lead as he has been doing throughout the pre-season competition, he certainly is going to find it very easy to kick goals up here. Ablett, what more can you say? The stronger he gets and the older he gets, the stronger he is.
All right, Dipper, we'll have a good call down there. It's remarkable you gave us some sensible football answers for a change, but we'll catch up with you later in the year for sure. Have a good day.
Thanks very much. And Matty, all your friends in Brisbane say hello, and I'll make sure that I pass on your good wishes too.
He's been in tears about it.
It's not my fault, you know that. Get the knife out now, Em.
Good on you, Dip. All right, I'll have a good call. Well, back here in Adelaide, we're going to go and see James Brayshaw again.
You most certainly are, Bruce, and thank you very much for that. Time for some questions from the mailbag. People have been writing in left, right and centre with some questions for our panellists. The first one goes to Matthew Campbell. And Matty, it says, what is your honest opinion of the boundary umpires' new uniforms?
Well, my honest opinion, I mean, it's summed up beautifully. Actually, Don Scott would probably look better in them than anyone else. So it's a fashion mistake.
Not a fan of the powder blue?
No,
a question now to Tony Hall. Having played for Hawthorn and Adelaide, is there any difference in the way the two teams are supported, Hawley?
Yes, there is. I mean, it's the Hawthorn. At Hawthorn, it's very much like I guess an SANFL club in terms of the supporter base. You can lose a game on a Saturday and walk around the streets and be fairly reasonably comfortable. In Adelaide, you lose a game and you just don't go out of the door because it's everyone supports Adelaide and it's pretty intense. So yes, but I must admit I love going onto the footy park on a big game over here playing for the Crows. It really is fantastic.
Very, very good. And finally, one to Gary Pert. When you were playing, Gary, against the Crows, what was your opinion of them as a team?
Well, a very good team. They had a lot of good running players and they're very difficult to play against because they didn't have one or two good midfielders. They had about like 4 or 5. So we always had trouble manning up all those little players. And of course, I always used to have to play on Tony Modra, who used to spend half the day sitting on the shoulder. So that was always hard to run around with him up there.
Okay, now we've got Jan next. Hello, Jan. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Now, you've got a question for Matthew Campbell, I understand?
Yeah. I want to know what you do to look so good because you're better looking than my husband.
This could be the first time ever I'm ever lost for words, but I just enjoy myself and well, let's face it, I get up at 1:30. So let's do
through the facial routine every morning, Matty.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Jan. Magnificent. If you want to write to me at the mailbag, there you are, James, mailbag, Crow Show, Channel 7, Adelaide Mail Centre, SA 5887. That's if you want to do it through the mail. If you want to fax, you can do that too. 342-7727.
Thanks, James. Just check for glasses, the lady next to you, will you? Last week we had a new segment for every Crow's favourite person, their mum. Well, this week, the player involved was described in the advertiser this morning as someone who's different. Well, if he's different, we need more of him. Let's have a look at what Elaine Smart thinks of her son.
I didn't realise it, my husband realised it when he was playing in junior primary school football. He was very well balanced and he stood out amongst the other children in his run and I said to Gerald, don't be ridiculous, you're just talking. He said, he'll play league football one day. I said, He was a very quiet student, did as well as he could, and then he went to Christie's High and got his matric, and then he went to university and got his Bachelor of Arts, and he's since been to the Adelaide Uni and done 2 years in his Masters in Business and Management. Well, I suppose I get excited occasionally and yell. I barrack for the Crows, of course, but only if someone hits them behind play or they get hurt do I get a little bit upset. Excellent. He's wonderful with children. Absolutely wonderful. I don't know about him being embarrassed, but when he was a child, he broke both his arms trying to be Superman. His favourite meal from home is what I call my pork chop casserole.
What do you reckon? Aren't you glad you stopped playing when we started that segment?
Yeah, I wouldn't want my mum on there.
I see. Okay, Kills away, and as we did last year, we're going to have the top 7 highlights from last week. So let's get straight into them and have a look at the top 7 for this week. First up, we have from Football Park. Last week, he's back home. Casual mark. He just makes everything look so easy, doesn't he? Just a bit of a dodge here. Everyone knew except the Swans player. One bounce, and that's never in doubt. That's a beautiful goal. Darren Jarman at his best.
Well, this second one was just a fantastic team effort by Geelong. They knocked the ball clear, knock it back into play, and it's finished by the one and only Gary Ablett over the top. Fantastic goal.
He can play a bit, can't he?
No, he's not bad.
Okay, number 5 this week in the top 7. Richmond and Essendon at the MCG. See the ball out from half forward, gets jammed into the forward line here. Bit of a contest, and that's sort of just one hand, kept it in front. That's nice. That's ball control and finishes it off beautifully.
Nathan Buckley intercepts this ball beautifully here, gets a quick handball across, and Williams, as usual, doesn't miss too many of these, straight in front, but from 50 out. What a great goal.
Nathan Buckley handballing, a bit rare. Number 3 in this week's top 7. Back at the MCG, same game as number 5. Have a look at this for a catch by David Burke, son of Francis, over James Hurd, son of Mr. Hurd. Great catch.
And Koutafidis kicks in long to Kernahan, but Andrew Shawball comes straight over the top, and what a great grab.
What about the hands, Hawley? You allowed to do that?
You're allowed to do that, mate.
Okay, number 1 in the top 7 for the first week. We have last Friday night, that man again, Gary Ablett. Have a look at this. The ball goes into the forward line. Good defence there from Melbourne. Keeps the ball away. But recovery, that's all he needs. A bit of a sniff, knows where the goals are, and straight through. Fabulous, fabulous stuff. Makes going to football worthwhile just to watch him. We'll be back with more of the Crow Show after the break.
This program presented by Coca-Cola, proud sponsor of the 1996 Atlanta Olympic Torch Relay. Every Olympiad, the sacred Olympic flame, unites the world. And now, for the first time in Australia's history, Coca-Cola offers you the chance to carry the torch for Australia in the 1996 Olympic Torch Relay and go to the 1996 Olympic Games. So nominate yourself to be part of history in the making with Coca-Cola.
Myadec Multivitamins now brings you Myadec Plus. Myadec Plus Extra C. Myadec Plus Extra B. Myadec Plus Extra Antioxidants. New Myadec Plus, because some bodies need more.
Hi, want to have some fun with a complete stranger?
The four kinsmen are strange, and we still do everything.
With full, luscious lips, long legs, silky skin, be treated like a king.
Then I left off.
There's got to be a better racket than this.
Anyone for tennis?
The Four Kinsmen at the Hotel Adelaide for a limited Christmas season. Book now.
Gonna leave my troubles behind me. Gonna drive like the wind, feeling free. Gonna ride that Freedom Road.
Ride the Freedom Road on the advanced rubber compound and unique tread of the Bridgestone RE92. With the RE92 under you, you don't have to worry about what's ahead. Bridgestone, that's confidence.
Gonna ride that Freedom Road, yeah. That RE92 Freedom Road.
Kyle Grant lived in New York's fanciest hotel and hated every minute of it. Then he met a friend who made his imagination run wild. Together, they're discovering how much fun life can be. Once you get the hang of it. Holy! Dunstan checks in.
Everybody's talking about the Channel 7 Talk to the Animals Expo. It's back and it's bigger and better. There's more animals, more entertainment and lots more fun for the entire family. There's heaps of fabulous prizes and giveaways to be won. And I'll be there with the rest of the Talk to the Animals team as well. Learn about the latest in pet care with over 100 exhibits. It'll really give you something to cry about. So stop horsing around and get along to the Channel 7 Talk to the Animals Expo at Wavell Showgrounds. See you there.
Yeah, it's just another day with nothing much to do. Park Davis makes Myadic multivitamins with a range of vitamins and minerals to help you keep up if your dietary vitamin intake is inadequate. So take Myadic once a day. Myadic.
AFL action tonight sees Brisbane take the long trip west. Will the Bears be taking a holiday, or will the Eagles bring them back to earth with a thud? Join us from 8:45 tonight on 7. Monday night, ER's Anthony Edwards. They cut his heart out. He's a serial killer. Mass murders so shocking, so bizarre.
7 bodies wherever we come.
Now the hunt is on.
Killed me.
The network premiere, Delta Heat, Monday on 7.
Mini League was a long time ago, wasn't it? Well, last week we told you about the biggest competition on the Crow Show this year, the Mitre 10 competition, with over $7,000 worth of gear up for grabs. Have a look at some of the gear there. We've got products from Caroma, Cooper Tools, Rotokota, Cyclone Hardware, Everready, Haig, Hardy Irrigation, Hills, Lockwood Locks, Massport, a lawnmower from Massport, not a bad thing that, Sabco brushes, Selly's products, Spick and Span, Wattle paints, etc. Yates, everything you could possibly want at home. Each week we're going to add to that a prize. This week we add the Electrolux Gatorvac electric vacuum cleaner. It's valued at $200. But each week we'll add something that will total up over $7,000 in prize money, or not prize money, prize in goods. And you'll come in your own trailer, you get a shed in there as well. And what you have to do is go out with your handy cam, shoot any sport of any age, male, female, whatever you like, send it in here to Channel 7 and we'll show them as the videos come in. At the end of the year we'll pick it and of course the winner will get $7,000 prize. Not a bad thing for a bit of action with the handy cam. I know Matty Campbell's very good with his handy cam. All right, on with the Crow Show. In just over half an hour, the Crows will play Fitzroy at the Whitten Oval. Now, someone who knows quite a bit about Fitzroy is Coach Robert Shaw, except now Mick Noonan's taken over and he's got a slightly different game plan. Let's see what Robert Shaw has to say about Fitzroy.
Robert, is it any different when you go into coaching Fitzroy as opposed to any other team because you spent some time there?
Well, slightly. I think there's enormous pride factor. That's just personal. Really, it's got nothing to do with, it's just another team that you have to beat and have to win 4 points. But certainly, when you go up against the sides, you know, I spent 12 or 13 years at Essendon and 6 or 7 years at Fitzroy. Certainly want, you know, you earn respect at both those clubs, and certainly when you coach a side, you'd like your side to earn respect and obviously to earn the 4 points.
The only noise is the clip-clop of feet on concrete as they head for the car park. A little muttering. Little muttering. Here's Boyd. Let's finish it off. Set the skipper in style.
No one could ever question that Fitzroy always had a red-hot dip.
Yeah, I think, I guess, you know, that's always tried to be the characteristics of my coaching and my philosophy. As, you know, last year was pretty hurtful, I guess, that that sort of philosophy and that characteristic of the side, my coaching didn't come through.
You can't take any team lightly, you know, at the moment, with, you know, they're also so much depth, and if you give a team half a chance, then they're going to take a mile. And
So Saturday night football has produced a boil over. Paxman back in the other direction. Wait for the siren. Sweet it is. For Bernie
Fitzroy, it's like a final.
Regardless of the long-term foresight or the vision of the club, we just have to win enough games to play in the finals, and that's the way it'll be.
Matty hasn't taken advice of the fashion hint.
No, obviously the shirt and tie combination's a bit of a good luck charm for Robert, and he's continuing on those veins again for this week. So if they win, we'll probably see him in it next week. So terrific.
Good on him. Well, I've just had my wrist smacked by Andy Carr. I was supposed to tell you in the Mitre 10 competition that if you want to enter, you have to go to one of the Mitre 10 62 outlets around the state, grab the entry form from them, put it with a video and send it into us. Well, as we saw, the game is only about half an hour away. Let's have a look at how the Adelaide team is going to line up for it. We've got Sean Wren, still no recognised full forward. Purdy, you know a bit about him.
Well, I mean, he's always going to be a problem down there because of how tall he is. It's going to be very difficult to control him if they bring the ball up appropriate. But I think the line Jamison, Smart, Rashudo is the one that they get all their forward thrust on. So actually their forward thrust comes from their back line.
Now, the running division carries the ball. We heard a bit about the Whitten Oval, the wind, a bit of a team plan there. How is it that important?
Well, it is important, and a lot of teams can't handle the wind, but I just think the Adelaide players showed last week that their skills, they just did not waste a disposal, and I think they're going to be able to handle those windy conditions.
And Purdy, what about Boyd? He's back into the side this week. He's an important player for Fitzroy.
He does make a difference to him. He attacks the ball hard, and I don't think he actually dominates a game like a Carey or a Lockett, but his presence out on the game and he's getting in and under the packs is certainly what the Fitzroy club needs.
Well, Matthew Liptek will pick him up, though. I mean, he was so successful on the Paul Kelly, the Brownlow medalist last week, and I think Liptek will get the job on Boyd again.
They're actually very similar players, and it'll be a big test. But Boyd's pretty good when he gets tagged, that he can shake the tag just by running around as much as possible, and we'll just have to see how he goes.
Now, just ask you mentioned Matthew Liptek did a great job. His real strength is his fitness. Do you think he might have found his niche as a tagger?
Well, I don't know if he's found his niche, but certainly that's going to be part of his game. I mean, obviously he's developing both a defensive and an offensive side, if I can use an American terminology, but, you know, that's...
It's 15 past the hour.
Good morning, everyone. But, yeah, that's great to see Matthew do well. Another player we mustn't forget is Brett Chalmers. His start last week against Tony Lockett was terrific. And, well, it's going to be a great confidence booster for him, and it's an easier job for him this week.
Hey, we have a look at some of the matchups now. The full forward line. Peter Caven, great game last week. Can he play two in a row? Paulie?
Well, I think he looks like he's a good player around there in front of goal. He's played everywhere, but he's played in the back line, but he looks good up in the forward pocket next to Rennie, and with the smaller players around again, if they can't mark, they can bring down the ground. There's plenty of opportunities for the small players.
And if you really have a look at it, though, the names in the Adelaide lineup and the names in the Fitzroy lineup, we really should have no trouble whatsoever.
No, you look at that half-back line there, Jamison, Smart and Rashudo against Sue Barker, Rodney Hogg and David Cassidy. I got stuck there on the Cassidys, but I mean, that's the key. The half-back line to Adelaide, man for man, is much better than the half-forward line from Fitzroy, and that's, as Purdy said, that's where the drive will come from.
Bert Jamison's game last week was sensational, wasn't it? It was a real running half-back player.
It was even better because he'd been injured through most of the pre-season, so he hadn't had a lot of the fitness work that some of the others had. It was just great to see.
Purdy, I know it's an old team. Fitzroy, you were there. They were quite successful when you were there. Do you feel anything when you see them going as badly as they are now?
Yeah, I certainly do. I'd like to see the club do well, and it's always hard when I enter the tipping competitions because I always go with Fitzroy every week, so I've got a soft spot there. But my only tip for this week is for the Crows just not to be too blasé about things because of the name matchups. It all boils down to their approach on the day.
Okay, time to get over to the Rowan Jarman segment with James and Simone again.
Thank you very much, Bruce. Simone, the autumn catalogue, we've spoken about it already. It's out and available.
That's right.
Lots of good stuff at Rowan Jarman, mainly highlighting today the stuff for the kids.
That's it. And I'm holding here a great jacket, the starter jacket, available in all sorts of different teams, Hornets and Magics and things like that. Great little Nike outfit here. Look at this. That's in the catalogue, and that's got matching pants and shorts to go with it as well.
Right, okay. And you've also got the Crows tracksuit there.
That's it.
Which was also the South Australian cricket team's tracksuit this year, Simone.
What more could anybody want, hey?
Very, very attractive item right there.
And I thought I'll show the specials again. These are great little Adidas tops in a few different colours. $60 down to $44.99. Great price. It's getting cold out there, so...
Get them on.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nice to see you. Get into Rowan Jarman. The catalogue's available. You can ring up if you can't get in there and buy on the phone. You can basically, with Tony McGuinness and whoever there, you can do whatever you like. Really,
exactly. They're very helpful there. Please come in.
Get into Rowan Jarman and get into the sport of living.
your guttering and downpipes give up the ghost? Replace them quickly and conveniently with Stratco high-fashion guttering and downpipes. In no time at all, Stratco will have your home looking like a picture again. Phone now.
Okay, Hit Machine 12 is right on target with 20 of today's biggest. Including Oasis, TLC, Jenny Hines, Coolio and Dreamworld. Plus Swoop, Real McCoy, Kate Sobrano, Garbage, The Out There Brothers, M People and more. Get a fix on 20 max tracks with Hit Machine 12. Out now.
It's a total price blitz at Captain Snooze. We've shattered prices on all bedroom furniture. Kids' beds have tumbled. Prices have crashed on mattress and base sets. All prices have hit the floor. Don't miss the total price blitz. On now at Captain Snooze.
This goes with this. This goes with that.
Every Olympiad, the sacred Olympic flame, unites the world. And now, for the first time in Australia's history, Coca-Cola offers you the chance to carry the torch for Australia in the 1996 Olympic Torch Relay and go to the 1996 Olympic Games. So nominate yourself to be part of history in the making with Coca-Cola.
Thomas Vale had a loving wife, a beautiful home, friends he could trust. Until the night his identity was stolen, his life erased.
How far does this go?
Trapped in a conspiracy, stranger than any X-File.
You have no idea what you're up against.
A fugitive with nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And you're all in this together, aren't you? Every one of you.
Bruce Greenwood stars in the spellbinding movie-length series premiere. Nowhere Man, 8:30 Sunday on Channel 7.
We're just about to do the chairman's wheel. We were just minus Nikki, of course, and you've just come charging into the studio like a demon. How are you? Nice to see you.
I'm very well.
It's been a while. Now, we've got some contestants to welcome on the chairman's wheel, and then we've got to explain some new rules, but why don't we say hello first? Annette and Kylie, hello. Are you able to talk to us, aren't you? Nice to see you both. Are you confident today? Feeling good? No?
It's a bit nervous, I think.
You can be very relaxed because it's very, very easy. Now, on the chairman's wheel this year, what we do is we ask each contestant 2 questions. So you basically compete against yourselves for these fantastic prizes.
On today's show, you could win a fantastic $500 Australiana package from Trim's Discount Menswear, or $500 cash from GIO, one of Australia's largest financial service organisations. We have 1,000 pavers to give away with the compliments of Newbrick. Corp Sport has come to the party with $500 worth of Crows apparel. Mitre 10 is giving you the opportunity to win a $500 package with the compliments of Summit Hammerlock and Pacific Aqualine. And after you've finished doing your chores, you could relax with $500 worth of magnificent products from the South Australian Brewing Company.
Yes, yes. Wonderful prizes there, Annette and Kylie. Now, my question, we're just trying to get a little bit of a sneak look at my question. You were, weren't you? I saw that. How many goals did Tony Lockett kick against the Crows last week? One. Ah, very good.
Yeah, and Kylie, which of the Jarman brothers is the eldest, Andrew or Darren? Darren? No, Andrew's
Kylie.
1 year older. He's 30, Darren's 29.
Andrew's also got no hair.
Yeah.
Now, we've got some wonderful sponsors on this particular segment, and they're about to fire a question your way.
Communications on 92 Panham Road, Stepney, and today's show you could win this sensational NEC Sports 2, and my question to you is, which AFL club did I play for before I joined the Adelaide Crows?
To get all that, Annette, that's Troy Bond from HTI Communications asking you, before he played for the Crows, who did he play for?
Troy Bond. Carlton.
Oh, well done. You're a woman that knows your football.
Yep, and we have another question from a sponsor on tape for you, Kylie.
Hi, my name's Kevin Turner from Coca-Cola.
On today's Chairman's Wheel, you have the chance of winning $500 worth of Coca-Cola products. My question today is, name the Crows' leading goal kicker in their first year.
No, it was Rodney Jamieson. He kicked 49 goals in 1991.
Well, that's very well done to you, Annette, to quest a perfect round, in other words. Kylie, thank you very much for coming in. Take them with our compliments. Enjoy that, that's very, very good. Now, Annette, if we can just step back a little here. Give it a spin, but not too hard, because it's delicate, and we'll see what prize we come up with here. Round and round and round we go. Yeah, that's lovely. Okay, we're going to wind up somewhere in the teens. No, forward through. Number 4. Number 4. Well done, Annette. What does she win?
Congratulations, you've won $500 worth of crash repairs from Plush Cars Crash Repairs at 262B Glen Osmond Road, Fullerton. But if your car is in perfect working order, well, don't worry. Plush Cars Crash Repairs will make it $500 cash instead. And don't forget, Plush Cars Crash Repairs give a lifetime guarantee and their work is quality assured. So go and see Ray and Les Cabaz. They'll fix your vehicle as if it was their own.
Okay, Annette, what sort of a car do you get around in?
Commodore.
You got a Commodore? Does it need a little bit of buffing up? Does it need a little bit of detailing? Yeah, maybe some of that stuff on the wheels that makes it all shiny. I love when that happens to my car. You know, they put that stuff on there and you drive away, you think it's new for a couple of days.
It'll look a bit better than the car though.
Yeah, exactly. Well done. Now, Nikki, you're heading interstate very soon?
Yes, Monday night, going to Sydney until Friday.
What for?
I'm seeing 3 agencies over there and Inside Sport magazine. Hopefully I can get into that.
Keep watching the pages of Inside Sport. Now, how do you enter the Chairman's Wheel?
The Chairman's
Were
Wheel.
you to want to, yes?
Yes, you send an entry into Chairman's Wheel, Crows Show, Channel 7, Adelaide Mail Centre, SA 5887, and put your name, address and phone number on the back of the envelope.
Thanks, Nikki.
Proceed.
Talking about polishing up performance, James Brayshaw could probably do a little bit with that on the Chairman's Wheel. Just a quick birthday call today. In the audience, we have Mark Rowe from Hallett Cove. It's his birthday. He is 7 years old. Happy birthday to you. All right, let's kick on. And another new segment this year, Tony Hall's Hall of Fame, and with a face that we've seen plenty of already today.
Well, we thought we'd only ever have football champions on the Hall of Fame here on the Crow Show. But we've made one exception today with the state cricket team's exceptional performance winning the Sheffield Shield during the week on Wednesday. We've made an exception for James Brayshaw, our own James Brayshaw. James, congratulations.
Good on you, Hawley.
Thanks, mate. Mate, you had your personal game on the during the week has been fantastic. You scored 87 in the first innings and 66 in the second. Very, very good personal performance. But what about the side? It was fantastic, wasn't it? I mean, how were you? I guess one of the things that people out there probably wondering, how were you feeling with about 10 overs to go, Wednesday afternoon? What were you doing? How were you feeling? And were you confident?
Well, I wasn't, no. I'd given up on us, basically, Hawley. I loved Georgie and Macca with a passion, but I didn't think they would last 10 overs. I was very disappointed with myself because when I got out it was a crucial time and it wasn't a particularly intelligent way to get out either, Hawley. I don't know if you remember, but I'd best like to forget it. But yeah, and then all of a sudden it got to within half an hour and the guys were hanging on and it was tight and the ground was filling up with people and it was just all happening, and when we won I just basically went bananas.
And Georgie and McIntyre, could they do it again?
No.
They couldn't do it again? 59 balls?
I don't think so, no. It was one of those freak things. They came together. I don't think Macca had made 20 runs for the whole season, and Georgie hadn't played a lot of cricket, to be honest. He'd only played one game with us. So for him to bat for as long as he did, or for the two of them to bat for as long as they did, was quite phenomenal.
And
yeah, mate.
You mentioned about the day, the last hours of it. Can you remember anything since then?
No. Oh, actually, yesterday was a quiet day. I've actually found a lot of the establishments that I was enjoying the previous 2 days weren't open to me yesterday, so...
You're looking for a home, weren't you? Looking for home?
Oh, I had a lovely day at home with my wife and young son. It was terrific, but the previous 2 nights were very special. We had a great time.
And James, you've now played in 2 winning Sheffield Shields, one for Western Australia, one for South Australia. How do they compare?
Well, the one for Western Australia, Matty, was only my 2nd game. In fact, I think it was my 3rd game. So I was very young and inexperienced at that stage and I didn't know any better. Whereas with this particular side, we'd been together for 6 years and really striving to try and win the Shield. We got thumped up in Brisbane last year, which was very sad. So we came into this game very determined to hang on to the Shield and get it back to South Australia for the first time in something like 15 years. So it was very special.
So, James, it's sort of like hitting a peak when you win the Shield like that. A few of the guys have actually talked about giving the game away now. What stage are they at?
Well, Nobesy was one who very early in the piece said he's a chance to not play. He's got continuing business commitments there at Graham Corns Toyota, I gather, somewhere where you know very well, of course, Tony Hall. And also he's got the young family, so he's up and down. I think with Tim May it's a fitness thing. And obviously that goes for myself a little bit as well. So there are a few people having a look about it, but I think at the moment it's a matter of enjoying it for all it's worth.
Well, James, let's quickly formalise it. And,
mate.
Where can you sign it, mate?
Oh, well, hey, wherever you like. Mate, what about straight over the top of curls?
Yeah, straight over the top of curls.
There we go.
Is that a cross or is that a cincher?
What's that?
Need a crayon.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Excellent stuff, and it was a fabulous game, and the way South Australia won in the end, well, as Bray just said, they couldn't do it again. All right, SANFL is on this weekend, round 2, 4 games today, and Tim Ginniver tells us what he thinks will happen.
Okay, welcome to Tim's Tips, and well, Mr. Hayter, we've still got this shirt on, mate. We've got to get a new one, so I believe it's coming next week, so look out for that one. It'll be pretty entertaining, I'd say. Last week's games, a few upsets, and I got the old Meatloaf song, 2 out of 3, so it's not bad, is it, really? So, as a tipster, I'm starting off not too bad. So this week's game, we got, of course, Port Adelaide versus Centrals. Now, I might shock your socks off here. I'm going to go for the Magpies in the thriller. It's a grand final replay. The Dogs will be pretty keen to get onto us, and they lost last week just to Nord, but I'd say that we'll have a victory there. Then you've got Nord versus South out at Nord. Now, Nord came back and beat Centrals pretty well. South had one good quarter against Sturt. Weren't that impressive. I'll have to go for Nord at Nord. And we've got Glenelg versus Sturt down at the Bay, and I think the Bays will put a little smile on Tony Simon's face for the first time this year. Sturt, though, improving. Watch out for them. They're going to try and cut out that bad quarter they had against South. North versus West at Prospect. And North, well, they've lost a few players. They've gained a few. They've had a hard pre-season. Untested at the moment. I'm going to have to go for Westies because they played pretty well last week just to lose to the Eagles. And the Michael Taylor, he'll be pretty keen to get his first win on the board as a coach. So best of luck with your punting, boys, and I'll keep you up to date on the SANFL. Thanks very much.
Good on you, Nippy. You look all right at that top. But Frank, you can do better than that. You make wonderful jewellery. All right, another competition on the Crows show, the Balfour's Big Kick. And you can win a fantastic basket like this. Let's have a quick look at how week 1 went.
Welcome to our first ever Balfour's Big Kick. We're here to find the biggest little kickers in South Australia. So I'll introduce the contestants to you now. On this side of me we have James, Daniel and Adrian. And out of the girls we have Amy, Laura and Josephine. Okay, are we ready? Yes. Let's go. All right, James, that's 12 metres. Well done, good kick. Good kick. Good boy. All right, Daniel, 9 metres. Well done. Good kick. Okay, not bad, Adrian. That's 7 metres. All right, are we ready for our female contestant? Good girl. Great kick. She moves over with the measure. Where's that? 2.3. Good girl. Good kick. Good girl. Has that one gone further? All right. Well done, Josephine. That's 1.7. What a sensational kick. All right. What's that? 20 metres. That's our best by a country mile. For the girls' competition, we had Laura with the most sensational kick ever, right over my head, 20 metres. Well done, Laura. The boys, James with 12 metres. Well done, James. Followed by Daniel with 9 metres and Adrian with 7 metres. Okay, the winners today are going to receive a big fat hamper full of lovely goodies from Balfour's, and that's baked fresh daily. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. So if you want to be part of our Balfour's Big Kick and win a prize like that, then write in to Balfour's Big Kick, Channel 7, Adelaide Mail Centre, SA 5887. We'd love to see you here.
And get into the sport of living.
Now's the time to make your Easter project 10 out of 10 with Accent Low Sheen acrylic paint. 6 litres for the price of 4, only $29.95. Washable wattle Ceramicoat, 4 litres at a low $42.95. And get $10 cash back when you buy 4 litres of Dulux Timber Colour. For great Easter projects and great value prices, see our big catalogue out now.
9 out of 10 out of 10 every time.
If it's movies you want, it's movies we've got at SA Video Warehouse. If you want to buy or exchange with thousands to choose from, SA Video Warehouse. New and used, all guaranteed from $2 each. Yes, $2 each. SA Video Warehouse. The best price, best selection, best service. SA Video Warehouse. Full-length movies from just $2 each for sale or exchange. SA Video Warehouse. The new gigantic movie sale and exchange centre. 274 Weymouth Street City. SA Video Warehouse, open 7 days.
Or at least you did. Peter Andre's new album, Natural, featuring the smash hits Mysterious Girl and Get Down On It, and more to come. Get yours now at CC Music.
You got it going on.
Everyone's talking about the Channel 7 Talk to the Animals Expo. Well, it's on again, bigger than ever. Chat to a cat or have a word with a bird. Talk turkey with all sorts of wonderful animals. There's special events, exhibitions and displays, win prizes too, including a family trip to Sydney with Ansett Australia, heaps of family fun and expert advice on how to care for your animals. You'll see me and the rest of the Talk to the Animals team as well at the Channel 7 Talk to the Animals Expo, all at Wavell Showgrounds, April 12 to 15.
Camry CSI Auto loaded with extras at no extra cost? I reckon that'd be choice. It includes a CD stacker. I like the sound of that. The Player's Choice Limited Edition Camry. I'd like to buy that.
Be a winner. Drive Toyota.
Every Olympiad, the sacred Olympic flame, unites the world. And now, for the first time in Australia's history, Coca-Cola offers you the chance to carry the torch for Australia in the 1996 Olympic Torch Relay and go to the 1996 Olympic Games. So nominate yourself to be part of history in the making with Coca-Cola.
On the first edition of Witness with Jana Wendt. It's a battle lost, but it's not a war lost. Rupert Murdoch. We didn't corrupt anybody. In his first interview since Super League. This thing is not over. Jana Wendt's exclusive from New York. Plus dead miners' families.
State of my kid's father.
At war.
Resurrect their lives.
With BHP. The big Australian widowmaker. They won't let it die. That's more proof that they knew. Holden proudly presents Witness with Jana Wendt. 9:30 Tuesday on 7.
Hi, I'm Sarah Shannon.
And I'm Tyson Edwards.
And welcome to this week's press conference. Today we're at Coromandel Valley Primary School and we're with Mrs Armand's Year 2-3 class. So are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's go. How about we all say good morning to Tyson?
Good morning, Tyson.
Okay, who's got their first question? Someone down the front, I think. Andrew, how about you ask your first question?
How many trophies have you won?
To tell you the truth, I don't really know because my mother's got all my trophies at home, but I guess it'd probably be around 40, 50, something like that.
Hello, my name is Lachlan. Tyson, have you ever gone overseas to play football?
No, I haven't as yet, but if it ever came up, I'd certainly like to.
I'll say. Good question, Lachlan. Okay, who's got another question that's just as good as that one? Ashley.
Tyson, why did you choose football and not another sport?
I guess if it was up to my mum and dad, I'd be playing tennis, but I thought that football was my better sport, so I chose that one.
Do you want to ask a question, Rachel?
Do you think the football season is too long?
Probably because I'm young, it doesn't really matter too much to me, but to a few of the older guys, it might be a bit longer, but it doesn't really worry me too much.
My name is Henry. How do you feel when you have to play a whole match in wet clothes?
Well, I guess it's times like those where you wish you were playing an indoor sport like basketball or something like that. But I think it's just one of those things you got to get used to, and it's part of the game.
Oh, I think you can cope with it, being the tough man you are. Okay. How about another one of the girls?
My name's Rebecca. Do you have different sprigs in your football boots when you use wet or dry weather?
Yes, we do actually. I think Andrew Jarman's probably got about 12 different pairs of boots, but I have 2 different pairs. One's called moulded boots, which are for dry weather, and then you have they're called screw-ins, which are for wet weather to try and dig in the ground a bit more and keep you up.
My name's Stephanie. How hard is it to mark the ball when it's raining?
Yes, it is very hard when it's raining to mark the ball, but I think that's probably why I bought in the new gloves that everyone seems to be wearing at the moment. But playing the back lines, I don't get to mark the ball very much, so I'm usually punching, so I'm pretty lucky.
All right, the questions today have been really excellent, you people, so thank you very much. So rather than just giving Tyson a clap, perhaps you can give Tyson and yourselves a clap. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you want to have as much fun as we've had this morning, then you can. All you have to do is get your teacher to write in to the press conference, Channel 7, Adelaide Mail Centre, SA 5887. But make sure that they include what year level you are. Thanks, Tyson.
Thank you. Had a ball.
Good.
Good on you, Sarah and Tyson and all the kids at Coromandel Valley. Well, our special pie and Coke seller from the Balfour's Coca-Cola Footy Bar, Matthew Collins, you've done a good job. You've managed to feed all the audience. Well done.
Thanks for having me.
Matty, playing footy's got to be easier than to come on TV, doesn't it?
Certainly is, mate. Less nervous anyway.
Matty, how are the boys going to go today? How are they feeling during the week? Pretty confident about playing the first game over in
this
Melbourne?
week, the lead up to it's been really good. They're all pretty confident, I think. Of course it's going to be a danger game and always is against Fitzroy, and I think, they're ready for the challenge, so.
All right, Matty, thanks for coming in. You did a great job, and of course all the funds go to the Olympic Fund, so that's excellent. You also had a little bit of help there, 2 guys in the background. Had young Ryan in the hat there, and Zach. They were their special helpers. And for doing such a good job, they get a Balfour's hamper basket like this, which has got absolutely everything. Hot cross buns, which is what you need at this stage. If you want to be one of the helpers at the Balfour's Coca-Cola Footy Bar, put your name, address, phone number on an envelope, send it into here, Crow Show, Channel 7, Adelaide Mail Centre, SA 5887. Okay, guys, the game, it's on live in about 5 minutes here on 7:30. Who are you going for?
Well, my head says I should be going for the Crows, but my heart says Fitzroy, so I'm going to go for Fitzroy by a massive 1 point.
He's an idiot, an absolute idiot. I'm going for Adelaide by about 85 points. I'm sick of people saying it's a danger game. I'm going to win easy.
Paulie?
Adelaide by 32 points, and we're too strong cross half back and half forward.
What about you, Anna?
I'm going to go for Adelaide. I'm going all right. So, anyway, stay with us for the full telecast from the Whitten Oval. Have a good afternoon, and see you next week.